getting ready. Hope you guys are doing amazing today. And we are live across everything: Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. Let's get into it. I'm Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist, coming at you from sunny San Diego. I'm a PR strategist that focuses on taking experts, turning them into highly visible industry celebrities. I work with CEOs, authors, Hollywood actors, coaches, entrepreneurs, business owners, pretty much anyone that needs amplification for what they do. Today, we're going to talk about legacy building actions that will make you a legend in your industry or your niche. It's important that you guys step out of your shell. And that's what I'm going to preface today's teaching with. Too many people have these incredible stories. They have these amazing businesses. They've got a message. And they just fade away into obscurity. And that's why I love what I do. Nobody ever thinks about, hey, what are the actions I can do to craft my legacy? What can I do to ascend? What can I do to become more famous, to get more visibility, to get more eyes on what I do? Because there is no like one size fits all formula. Everyone's actions are going to be different according to their industry, their niche, their audience size, what they're trying to accomplish, all this crazy stuff. But I'll tell you, there are actions that high visibility people perform and that they move towards. There are actions that people can partake in that will help them climb up the ladder. And so that's what I'm going to share with you today. We're going to talk about legacy stuff. We're going to talk about what makes a person stand out from everyone else. And I'm going to give you guys some ideas. And once I'm done with this should take about maybe 10 minutes. Once I'm done with this, you're going to understand what it's going to take to get to that next level. No matter if you're Devin Clark Comedy or Melinda Infinger or Daniel Curry or who else. I'm going to teach you guys how to work on your legacy of success, get more people looking at what you do. So the very first thing, like I said, there's 5 actions that higher tier people accomplish in order to get more notoriety. The first thing they do is write a book. Writing a book sets you aside from other people. The designation of author is a unique accomplishment, and it shows that you're willing to go to that next level of achievement. I'm a 15-time author. I've written books about all kinds of stuff: speed learning, charter schools, weight loss, crazy stuff. And it got me on TV. It got me royalties, got me sales. It helped me to create more positioning and credibility for what I do. But writing a book, first of all, is a lot easier than you think it is. And it's a major milestone if you're trying to go that next level. So Catching Honey's on here. Catching Honey is this incredible, I want to say matchmaking meets networking site in San Diego. I've always been really impressed with. They should write a book on creating the perfect networking environment. And I still need to go to one of your fucking events. I'm really impressed with the videos. Write a book on San Diego. Write a book on San Diego as, is it a dating black hole? Is it so difficult? Write a book on dating in San Diego, for fuck's sake. Point is, writing a book in your industry or niche, pairing it up with whatever it is that your skill set is or what you do, it's going to help to propel you. It's going to make it easier for you to get on the news. It's going to get sales coming in, and it's going to elevate you from your peers and your competitors. And that's why I started writing books. The first step that you can do is to be featured in a book. Okay. So for example, Corey Poirier, who I interviewed in my magazine, Once in a while, he writes these books, these compilation books, where he interviews a bunch of experts, and he talks about he basically asks them questions about business, or gets a quote from them, or a philosophy, or whatever. And if you reach out to Corey, you can find out how to be in his books. But the Book of Why, these are really good. There's a lot of knowledge here. But this is a start. Getting featured in somebody's book is a start. All kinds of people are out there. Sometimes it's a paid service. Sometimes it's a guest service, which means you're invited for free. But this is the start, is being featured in a book. The next level for books is actually writing one and putting yourself on the cover. I've written 15 books. I have my own book publishing agency. This is my latest book, One Day Author, where I teach people how to write a book in 24 hours. It can be done. I'm talking written, published, everything. But the point is, by releasing books, branded books, you increase your positioning, your credibility, and you increase the chances of media interviews quite a bit. And this is about building your legacy, is having books out there, right? I've got 15 books out there. I plan on writing a whole lot more. My record is 6 hours from idea to publish. The publishing process is not hard to do, and it's free. That's why I wrote a book about it. But the point is, get your books out there. It has never been easier to self-publish a book, get it out there, get on the news for it. So that's the first step to building a legacy, is getting featured in a book or writing your own branded book. Second thing is an event. Once again, going back to Catching Honey on TikTok. They do events all the time. There's one called In Real Life San Diego. They do like group hikes and shit and like meetups. Branded events are really powerful. You get a fan base, you get an audience, you get people together. Listed on Eventbrite. My friend Bianca started something called San Diego Happy Hour, more bang for your buck. And it got tens of thousands of members. And Bianca just goes to happy hours all over San Diego and has these awesome meetups. That's an example of having events, and having events make you famous. Bianca reaches out to me, invites me to all these cool places. I go out once in a while, meet really cool people. But the point is, having your own branded events has never been easier. Find a venue, find a co-work space, find a ballroom, rent out a fucking Elks Lodge, library, whatever. But it is not hard to put an event together and then sell tickets through Eventbrite, social media, meetup.com, whatever. I've done 2 events completely by myself, and they weren't that bad. One of them I actually co-did with Manny Wolf. We made 5 figures in sales. Half of it was here at my apartment. The other half was in an Airbnb place in Encinitas, and we taught speaker training and PR training. It was actually a lot of fun. We met a lot of cool people. But once again, people are building legacies. Events are number 2. Number 3 is going to be a media platform. So whether it's going to be a blog, a YouTube channel, in my case, a magazine, or a podcast, Facebook Live show, whatever. A media platform will elevate you above your peers, allows you to sell advertising, allows you to interview celebrities. I've interviewed a lot of famous people just from having a magazine. It's pretty awesome. There was one year when I got $5,000 of events comped just because I went there and covered it for the magazine. So that's kind of nice too. I get press passes wherever I go. It's let me work with Hollywood level clients. Having a media platform is awesome, and definitely the next step towards building your legacy. And they don't have to be sophisticated. They don't have to be like, I need a $5,000 video camera and I need to create content every day. No, you fucking don't. Pop open your phone. Hey, what's up, Javon? I just left you a message. Pop open your phone and start doing Facebook Lives every day like Richard Kaufman. And I will absolutely invite Javon Quarles to pop in here and talk about some legacy stuff. A media platform can turn anyone into a celebrity. And all you have to do is be consistent, work a little bit on the branding and the graphics, understand like the dynamic nature of consistent content creation. And a media platform can take an everyday person and make them a homemade celebrity. Pick the media platform that most aligns with your personality. Some people like being on camera. So in that case, do a YouTube, do a Facebook Live, Instagram Live, TikToks, whatever, because you're shooting videos, you're shooting content. Some people just like writing, and that's me. I was writing a lot of articles, and so I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna like make a magazine. And so that was the right fit for me. I made shiftlifedesign.com, free to read. Feel free to check it out. If you enter your email, you can get a lifetime subscription for free. I will never charge you for this. Media platforms are important for people that are serious about their legacy. And like I said, it doesn't have to be complicated. Don't overthink it. You have more chances, more opportunities than ever to create your own media platform. I did it like 8 years ago. I've never regretted it. Having a magazine is fucking awesome. Not going to lie. It's a lot of work sometimes, but it's brought a lot of opportunities into my life. Right, Gabby? Right, George Pardos? All right. Number 4 for building a legacy is omnipresence, which just means being seen across numerous platforms. So if you're serious about this, you want to get your message out there, just make sure you're on a couple different social media platforms. Make sure that you are, putting out stuff that's interesting. You're having conversations with people, but don't just stick to like 1 or 2 social media platforms. It's very easy to get lost in the sauce because right now, currently, I mean, you have so many options. Just pick the one that feels natural to you, or I would say 3. 3 is about a good number. I'm on quite a few. But you have so many options these days. And Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, Pinterest. If you don't like TikTok, there's Clapper, which is like an American version of it that I kind of like. But you've never had more opportunity to be seen in a lot of places. I mean, shit, you can start your own email list and just market to people on there. And all you have to do is do a lead magnet and just send people to the list. Have them pop in their email and just start building the list. And if you want to, market to them or send them cool shit to read. Maybe they're in their cubicle and they're really bored. But omnipresence is a good thing. Have some ads going out. Have some, be seen on a couple different social media platforms and be consistent. You can find me pretty much on everything short of Grindr. All right. Media interviews is number 5. If you're trying to build a legacy, you need media interviews. This can be podcasts. This can be TV. This can be magazines, newspapers, blogs. It's not hard to get interviews as long as you have a good angle. And this is what I do all day long with clients. I develop their story. I help find the most interesting part of them ethically, which means I don't lie. I don't embellish people's achievements. I don't need to make up shit for my clients. I just find their story, develop it ethically, create a database, and then I reach out on their behalf and pitch them for interviews. It works out pretty good most times. All right. So these are the 5 steps that somebody can take for the next level. George Pardos from Veterans Radio Syndicate, he would be an example of step 3, which is media platform. Veterans Radio Syndicate, highly viewed, great audience, engaging content, but definitely have to give them a shout out. All support veteran media. Now it's time for the summary. So I'm going to go over just 5 steps really quick. And I'm going to give you the rationale, guys. Why do we want to build a legacy? Why do we want to step out of the spot or step into the spotlight, step out of obscurity? Why do we want to be better than most people around us? You get paid more. You make more of an impact. You're seen by more people. And honestly, things are easier when you have an audience, when you have reach. I hate the word, but when you have influence, legacy actions like I'm talking about are the way to get them ethically. So here are the 5 things real quick, and then we'll wrap up for today. Appreciate you guys checking this out. But food for thought. You want to go from expert to highly visible industry leader. These are some of the things you got to get working on. So write a book, host an event, create a media platform, have omnipresence so you're seen everywhere, and then start getting media interviews. If you guys need help with any of this stuff outside of hosting an event, I mean, I can give you basic consulting, but my focus is PR. But if you guys need help, feel free to reach out to me. Check out GarciaGlobalMedia.com. You can find out more about what I do. I can issue press releases, get people on TV, help them develop their media angle, get them magazine coverage, create business articles for them. Pretty much have an entire agency devoted to helping people get famous. So, all right. That's all I got for today. Thank you so much for Mark and Terry Brooks and Manatee for popping on, George Pardos, Mike Peterson. I'm Rob Garcia, the Warrior Strategist. As always, stay famous. See you next time.